I think we're recording. Hello. So, we finished our keyword school homework for this week already. I finished it, I don't know, Saturday morning and sent it in. And I guess I'm back to Rabbit Fighter. So, I've actually got page 8. Is this page 8? Yes. It's in rough form right now. I have a very standardized way of doing all this stuff, but I added my lettering, and the lettering is step 2. Not everyone agrees with that, but the reason it's step 2 is so that I know that it's got enough room for the pictures and there's enough room for the lettering. And you want to kind of have it in the place where you need it. All right, so where this starts out, I don't know what that is. Let's put this as ink. Ink. Rabbit Fighter is on the back of the monster, the big lizard thing. And he's trying to distract this burrowing lizard while Gallows gets away. And then Iseult throws down the rope ladder. And he climbs up back onto the ship. So that's our plan. Yeah, and this 3/4 side view is not a great angle for me, I gotta say. Although I used to do better with it. It looks okay. He's banging on his back with his sword. What's going on there? That's not the right color. It's meant to be black. See how it turned? There it is. Much better. I know that probably a more expected behavior would be to do something like traditional finished pencils, which I don't really do. It's just not me. There's no doubt that I would get better results, I'm sure. But a lot of it also kind of depends on, you know, the effect you're going for. And I want this to look more like a, I don't know, a daily comic. I mean, it's black and white. Oops. Let's get back on the ink layer. Rabbit Fighter is grabbing onto the back of the monster. This is on my old iPad, by the way. When you see him in the next panel, he's really small. He's hammering useless away at the monster. He's not able to really do much damage to him. But the whole point is to annoy the monster. and gain his attention. Or this is me trying to model a hand. I think it's this pinky goes up all the way up to here. Too much eraser. Too much eraser. Okay, how about that? And there's some texture. And this has these armored plates on his back, which pretty much make him immune to any danger from these heroes. Here's what he looks like when in his full form. That's like this. So we got these sort of like clumpy, lumpy areas. And there are some fins on his back, like little... Yeah, let's try and... It's really hard getting those curves in naturally. I think that's too wide. Too wide. I think that's better. I think it's this one that's the problem. Where it's gone too far. There we go. Sound effect. Alright, and we'll just pull the pencils off. And just see what's missing. Plenty of stuff that's missing. Okay, first of all, we got to make this sword look like it's made out of metal. So that's going to require some straight lines and some reflections and some metallic effects. Some action lines. We got more to do with Rabbit Fighter's fuzziness. He's fuzzy. Pretty cool. That works. Routine language right here. Putting in a lot of effort. You see a sweat bead. Make sure these lines don't go outside of the pale right there. Okay. Actually, for this panel, I feel like we're tracking. There's some problems over here. And we can even do, you know, maybe some more shadowing or shading. We could even do, I mean, we have a couple of options. We could do a dark outline, and since it's nighttime, I think we should do a dark outline, but we're not going to use pure black. We're going to use the not the blowout, but the other one, the grainy dot shader 45 degree dark, this one right here, because this will, you know, you can go to full black, but you can also texture the darkness. And we could put it in its own layer to add the stars on top of it, and it'll look very cool, I think. I think it will. Alright. So let's do that now. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I got 9 minutes to go, right? So we're doing a 20-minute video. Rename this one to Tones, Tone Z. I'm going to do some 45 degree light around my main character. We'll also use some 45 degree light on the figure over here. And then I have to redo the sweat bubbles too. Look at that. I didn't realize that. We're getting progressively darker and darker and darker. I haven't done my speech bubbles yet, so those are going to be the darkest of all. I mean, they're going to have, it's going to be pure white behind the speech bubbles. And now I'm just kind of going in a little bit random here. So we don't really see the edges of where a dark area begins or where it ends. And now we're going to switch to the dark. And I've also got, like, I can go one step beyond, so you can see that's light, that's dark. This one down here is called blowout. And you can go to complete dark pretty easily, but I wonder if it'll do really light. Nope, it goes straight to dark. Alright, instead of doing blowout, we're doing dark. Alright, we want to do some dark back here. We want to go big, right? Okay. Moving eraser lines around. If it becomes too hard to tell, where do the tones begin and the inclines end? I can show you a little trick for that as well. We can also take this eraser, take some of the opacity out of the eraser, and smooth shade in a little bit of a transition. Doesn't always come out good, but let's try it. So I'm going to take, this is the opacity over here, so you can see, woo, right here. This is on the eraser, so I can just take the eraser. Oh, I don't really like that one. You know what? I don't like how that came out. I want something that's more like a soft airbrush like that. But the airbrush has to have, you know, about 33% opacity. Okay. Now let's go back to all the way up. Syrup. Oh, shock, shock. Shock and awe. Alright. Not sure I like it. I got a lot of gray in there. I can fix that with going back to the light. What we're simulating here are bend A dots, or tones. Alright. Okay. So we've left some of the tones on his, I don't know if you can see this, let's do it. We've left some of the tones over here. Let's do a tone on the side of his sword. Just one side. Let's do some tones underneath the armor plates. And then underneath the sort of lumpy areas that he's got. And then maybe shading on the character. And then all we gotta do is just clean them up. And let's end this panel. I kind of want to go a little darker on this darkness. Let's end this panel by doing some, speech bubbles. So those go above everything else, except they have to go below. Oh wait, I got a problem now. I understand now. I put the ink layer and the tones above the words, so that should actually go down here, and same thing with the tones. So this is our tones, plus this is our bubbles. B-U-B-B-L-E-S. I like to use technical pen. The line here is, let me get his attention. Right? And it's all there, but we're going to grab some white. Some Perry white. There we go. Oops. We've still got some time. He goes, hey, hey. Oops. And then over here, you big dummy. These are the kind of panels I used to just love when I was reading comics as a kid. Over here. And throw down some white. Oh, I broke it, and I see where it broke right over here. It's okay, we can fix that. Attempt number 2. There it goes, that one worked. And we can fix it up a little bit. Lettering is part of the art. Don't forget that. Even if you're doing it with just a font, it's part of the art. This is looking too obvious over here. We're right at 20 minutes, so I'm going to fix that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and we'll throw some... Well, I gotta throw some stars in there too. Alright, we're gonna throw some stars in there. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There will be more Rabbit Fighter and some more comics later. Comics are always happening. Always taking place. I could probably smooth out that black area as well a little bit more. We'll see. Alright. See you later.